Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina, and it's time for your weekly fishing report. Hopefully you're excited about your great opportunity to fish behind all this weather that we're getting this weekend. It is going to be a little bit of a nautical weekend and start to the work week, but we should hopefully have some really good fishing and some good weather on the backside of the second half of the work week. Basically, Thursday, we've got a new moon coming in, and the weather should finally be calming down behind these back-to-back cold fronts. We've got a pretty big cold front there Sunday and a pretty big cold front there Wednesday, and both of those fronts are going to have some significant prefrontal activity. So we're expecting tomorrow to have a little good line of showers and then some pretty hefty winds, and then we've got that north wind on Sunday with chillier temperatures. Then Monday, a little bit of a disturbance, a little bit of kind of upper level atmosphere fighting, and then Tuesday could be a pretty significant line of storms with potentials for some of that coastal flooding we saw with that no-name storm in mid-December. So definitely keeping a close eye on Tuesday, and we most likely will not be fishing. But then Wednesday, we get that front pushing through, the north wind, the cooler temps, and then Thursday, gonna finally start calming down for us. We should have a really, really good second half of the work week. If things remain calm behind that weather, we'll have the new moon, we'll have calming weather. The fish will have not fed very heavily near shore for 5 to 6 days, and they will be ready to eat. So we're looking forward to that. Second half of the work week, definitely gonna be your best time to go fishing. Now, we are monitoring the weather, looking forward to Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. It is a little early this time of year. Things can fluctuate a little bit, so we're still keeping an eye on it. You want to help us, or you want to help yourself by staying in tune to our daily updates that we're doing on our TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook pages, and that is going to help you keep your finger on the pulse if things do change. But right now, looking like your best chance to fish second half of the work week. As far as what we're catching, we're definitely seeing inshore right now. The sheepshead are fired up. We've got a lot of turbulent weather conditions, which allow those sheepshead to get really excited. This murky water, the colder temperatures, the north wind, it seems to make those sheepshead hot and excited when all the other species are kind of shut down. You can't really get offshore. Trips are canceled. It's a great time to target those sheepshead around docks, piers, bridges, jetties. And it's one of those fish that you can target from a seawall when the weather is nasty. So it's one of those fish that you can always target this time of year when the weather's a little bit adverse. Then also the trout, the speckled trout, get fired up in this bad weather too. We're seeing some of those trout at night around the bridge lights. If you're willing to risk the cold and venture out at night, definitely the trout has been a hot bite around the dock lights, bridge lights. During the day, we're seeing a lot of those trout in the shallower flat areas, those edges and potholes, around 2, 3, up to 4 foot of water. You're finding those trout, some flounder mixed in there, some sheepshead mixed in there, and the occasional redfish. But the redfish are really looking towards those dock lines now, much more structure oriented now that it's nice and chilly. And they're, especially if you find those residential dock lines that are near those grass flats or those mangrove shorelines, you're going to find a lot more of those redfish feeding more actively. This time of year, look for those areas that are just a hair warmer than surrounding Bay Area water temps. If you find a shoreline that's wind protected, got a little bit of sun to it, you're going to really find some actively feeding fish, much more concentrated and much more willing to eat as well. So good opportunities there. Plus, then Nearshore bite is all about them hogfish recently. We're catching a lot of hogfish with some really truly awe-inspiring sized lane snapper mixed in. Really surprisingly large lane snapper mixed in with those hogfish. And we're finding a handful of those mangrove snapper too. Then as we get deeper near shore, you start to have a chance for those red grouper. We are catching a handful of them here and there on the 10-hour trip. But really, if you want to target the red grouper, offshore is where you want to be. The 12-hour extreme, catching 2-3 dozen of those keeper red groupers, doing really well. It's just a matter of trying to get out there to them. The weather has been treacherous and making it difficult to get out there, but when the weather allows, fishing is hot. We're catching a lot of those fat red grouper out deep right now. Big mangroves, big vermilions, porgies, almacos. Good time to get out there and go deep and catch some big fish. Keep in mind, triggerfish closed for January and February. They open March 1st, but our red grouper fishery is open and we're catching them. So hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and join us, come out and do some fishing and have a good time out there on the water and some fun in the sun. Don't forget, we've got Seafood Fest coming up January 19th, 20th, and 21st. We've got our Sunday night live stream show every Sunday night where we give away $1,500 in free stuff. Join us for that. We've got our Real Animals radio show every Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Our Fox 13 Fridays at 8:15 a.m. And then, of course, Final Friday. Don't miss January's Final Friday. We're going to have a barbecue contest. First place gives you a $300 trip fare. Second place is a $100 trip fare. Third place is that Hubbard's Marina swag pack. Plus, of course, Final Friday always has free beer, free drinks, and lots of that free crawfish boil. So hopefully we'll see you at January's Final Friday. Hopefully we'll see you out here on the water. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.